But outside of that, welcome to the Oh None Demand Everything podcast. I am your host, General Hellraiser, and I have the one and only Justin CEO from Chicago.
For sure, man. It's Justo the CEO, man. I'm blessed and honored to be here, brother. Appreciate you for having me on here.
Absolutely, you slid right through, definitely. So we're gonna get into the details. First of all, where you from? I want to confirm that.
So I'm from Ova East, the city of Chicago, but I grew up in Calumet City, Illinois, the south suburbs.
Okay.
Went to TF North High School, back and forth from the city, but also the burbs too. I never neglect the burbs. I love the burbs,
Okay.
why wouldn't I,
Okay. So did you when you used to kick it, you used to kick it like 50% in the birds, 50% over east, a little bit of both?
Most of it was over east. A lot. I ain't really used to go outside in the burbs until like high school. That's when I started indulging more into football. Getting active with my homies who was out there. So I'm known like mainly both, but mostly in Calumet City though. I say for sure. Because that's where I went to high school.
Gotcha. Okay. And what year you graduate?
2022.
2022.
I feel old saying that.
2022. 2020. So how old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22. Gotcha.
Yep.
Damn. Shit, crazy. So, all right. So look, first, I just want to kind of like give acknowledgement and and praise and respect to the things that you and your associates, your team, your brothers are doing. You know what I'm saying? Especially being, from where you guys are from where we from. I just be kind of thinking back like at what like me at 21, 22, always trying to figure something out, doing business, entrepreneurship. I've been doing that, but nobody around me was even thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? So I had nobody to bounce anything off of, to strategize, to even think, to even be doing things with the amount of confidence that you guys are doing it and the level of success you guys have reached at this early age. So what do you think is the advantage that you guys have to being able to crack open that code like that?
Social media. I ain't gonna lie. Social media.
Okay.
Social media.
As long as you know.
Man, 1,000%. And I'm really blessed to have that because if I'm posting something, social media, that's where you post everything at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm posting what I'm on and what I'm trying to do, and then somebody like it and then comment and they keep commenting, you like, okay, what he doing? What he got going on? What's on his page? I go on his page, see what he doing. All right, cool. That turns in from just a like to a comment to, hey, bro, let me slide in your DM. Let me swipe up. Oh, you got this going on. Let's lock in. Boom. And then it just keep going and keep going and keep going and growing bigger and bigger. So I would say, man, I have to give my hats off to social media. We have that tool that, again, y'all probably didn't have around y'all age. And, man, I feel bad for the people who not using it around my age because that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Again, imagine if y'all would have had it. How much things y'all probably would have did more. The reason why I got even into anything with business is because of social media. Nobody taught me that when I went to college. I ain't grow up with no family member doing business or anything like that. I didn't have no big homie friend that, he just got on it. Nah, I learned straight from social media.
Because when we thought about financial services, right, in any aspect, we think of the white man, first of all.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We definitely didn't trust no niggas with financial services.
Nah, not at all.
You see what I mean? It was always some type of scam or some shit. So, like I say, in order to not only have an interest in those areas, but to get involved in it and to establish yourself and go into the realm of business in that area and to the point of being confident enough and to gain the experience to be able to even offer the services to the people at the age of 22 is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to know where it initiated, where it's like where you bridged the gap between, because what did you didn't start off in the aspects of credit repair and financial services, funding and stuff like that. What was you doing first?
Man, actually, and this took me a minute to actually, open up about it. Shout out to Out of the Trenches because he the reason why I'm even talking.
Shout out Young Will. Yep.
Man, I ain't lie. I used to be one of them niggas who you wouldn't trust. I ain't lie. I actually used to be, doing fraud. And man, God had to sit me down and tell me, hey, that ain't what it is. And I had to turn my life around. So, quick little story behind, history of me. I'm playing football in high school. I'm the only one who get a scholarship out of little old Calumet City, a D3 scholarship, so not even a full scholarship at that. But I'm, taking what I could get. I get multiple though, but I choose North Park University. It's up north in Chicago.
Okay.
Go there, play my freshman year. man, I was focused on football, but that life still followed me to there, and unfortunately, made some bad decisions, still doing fraud, and I ended up, getting kicked off the team for it. At that point, I'm like, I'm in school for business management, so through the whole season, I'm already knowing like college goofy. You know what I'm saying? I'm already there, like I'm only here for football. That's the only reason I'm gonna do my grades and do what I gotta do and learn and take what I can take from it. But my main focus is football, and when I lost that, I seen how much, man, I think I paid like $9,000 for that semester, whatever the case is.
Down the drain.
I dropped out, bro. It wasn't no point. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I remember as soon as the season ended, before I got kicked off, I started an LLC. Again, me just on social media, starting a business, and then when I got kicked off, I'm like, I gotta focus on this. But again, me coming home, I was just, this the only thing I knew to make some money besides job. You know how that get. I'm trying to do a job, trying to do the side thing and whatnot. And again, God had to slow me down. Like, hey, I got bigger plans for you. I ain't see it at first, man. I actually went broke, stopped doing it, and everything. But, it's trials and tribulations that's God gonna put you through to make sure that, hey, you are who he has called you to be. And I ain't gonna lie. Like I was just telling bro earlier, I was not gonna think 2 years ago when I started following God for real and put that life away. I did not think I was gonna be here sitting right here talking to you, where I feel like somebody like you, in a position like you would want to invite me on your podcast just to hear what I gotta say. Like, so again, when I say I'm blessed to be here, I really, appreciate you for, having me be on here. But I stopped that. I started my clothing brand first, Ova East.
Okay.
So started that, man. I first started off with jeans, when we getting money in the city, man, we like to get fresh, and stuff like that.
Gotta stay
and
fresh,
fashion, yeah, for sure. Fashion was one of my main things, but when I was getting money doing that type of stuff, I could not spend $1,000 on no Amiri jeans. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything else I pay for. I pay $1,000 for some shoes, but for some jeans, I was just like, nah. So I ended up making my own jeans. My homies who was making money and had on Amiris, I wore them one day. They thought they was Amiris. They ain't them. I'm nah. And I just took it from there. I started off with jeans. I ain't do no shirts, no hoodies, nothing. I started off with jeans. I put stuff on the jeans, like get it embroidered, to get patchwork on it, all types of stuff. And then it just turned into, hey, we want hoodies now. We want shirts. We want jogging pants. Did that. End of 2023, I started noticing, man, how I was slaving at work at Amazon, to fund my business. So I'm working overtime to pay the bills and fund the business. And then that's when I started learning about credit. I started getting into credit again, social media, this phone right here, getting into it, studying more. And then I started peeping how much business credit is an asset. You know what I'm saying? It's something that we could utilize a lot. And this is what the rich folks do. This is what the white folks do. You know what I'm saying? Who was put up on game as they grow older to not use your own money. Go use the bank's money. That's what the banks are there for. They're not just to have a checking account or a savings account.
100%.
Definitely use the credit. Got into it 2024. I had got access to my first $50,000 business, and I quit ASAP. Bro, I quit the same day. That's really within that same week. I ain't looked back since. And God just, again, things, got rough. Of course, it's business. Things always gonna get rough, but I vowed to never go back. And I haven't been back since. This year gonna make 2 years at the end of July. And, did a lot, by God, man, just following, man, been able to be on podcasts like this, speaking at events, encouraging others, helping people do the same thing with my business that I started, my new business now, Credit College, where I help people do the exact same thing when it comes to fixing their credit, teaching them about credit or getting them funding like I needed, doing that. Man, I was able to buy my OG a car, at 21, again, still traveling, doing everything, again, I'm not wealthy and rich yet, but I'm definitely financially free, and I was blessed to do that before I turned 21. So that was a blessing, man.
Hey, shout out to that, for real.
Love, bro. Appreciate it.
For real. All right, so now, even during this, quick but yet still short period of time where you transition into the entrepreneurship and business startup and business management, really establish yourself as a businessman, you know what I'm saying? Because it's different levels to business.
Facts.
The first one is entrepreneurship, still starts off with that hustle. And then you kind of grow into establishing a business. You go to small business, now you're dealing with people outside yourself. You got a responsibility, you got payroll, you got people to pay, you see what I mean? And so now you got to that really teaches you how to actually determine or evaluate your income to determine what's what.
Yeah.
You know, because when you come from nothing, sometimes you can misevaluate funds. Like, damn, shit, I'm balling. They're not realizing
The expenses
you
that come
already
with balling.
yeah,
Man.
the cost of business.
Nah, for real.
You did. So I know with that being from certain places and transitioning out, you know, you will be considered one of the ones, you know, such as myself would be like, we made it out. So you don't just make it out easy type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
At least without certain things, and a lot of those things, the hardest thing to cut off really is the relationships and ties that you have to the people.
Man.
You know, that you care about, that you grew up with, because you want everybody to go with you, want everybody to jump on the bus. Have you been managing the dynamic between relationships with the people that you grew up with in those same neighborhoods and environments?
Man,
Because in their mind, they think you rich, nigga.
nah,
You know what I'm
real.
saying? In
For
their
real.
mind, you lit. And so what do you do? What do you do about that?
Man, like you said, that's the most important thing. You know, you got to be careful. Again, where we come from, they think you rich, they think you having.
And they think they're what do you call it? They think they're entitled. They think they're entitled to your assets and to whatever you've achieving right now. Just, you know, so how do you deal with that mentally? You know, and just it's physically with it. How you do it?
Yeah, man. First off, I would say I'm blessed to not really have those problems as much.
Okay.
Because me growing up, I didn't really kick it too much outside of my family.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was blessed to grow up around cousins and stuff like that, and we had our fathers present, so that was another blessing. You know, so they taught us structure, they taught us principles and morals. You know, they was in the streets, you know, did what they did, but you know how back then the streets was decent. You know, at one point, so they grew up in that era where they was able to pass it down to us like principles and morals. You know, so we grew up on that. So I don't really have those problems when it comes to that, because I made sure that I compete when people didn't grow up like how I grew up. You know, again, with them principles and morals. I ain't gonna say you ain't necessarily grow up with a father, but you ain't grow up and you wasn't taught this. Exactly. You know, and that plays a big part in my life. Like, really if you don't move off principles and morals, what is you doing? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that, I ain't really trying to kick it. You feel me? We could, you know, be cordial, whatever.
That's a liability.
Yeah, we could be cordial, whatever, but you would never get in that position where you feel like you're entitled. Now, the people who could actually say that they, you know, could feel like they could say it out their mouth that they're entitled, they got them principles and morals, like, nah, I'm my own man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do hurt because most of them are not on what I'm on, you know, and I've been praying for them, and, you know, God, I'm keep going, you know, and keep putting it in their face, you know, and being more and more successful for them to get on. Because whenever it is, you know, again, that door ain't never going to close, you know. And, you know, I had to, again, mentally battle through that. Like, dang, I want them to get on. But also, I'm stubbing my growth. You know, if I keep waiting and, you know, we got to take this train off. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Hey, it may come back around, you know, and that's what I vowed to myself. I love my cousin. They like my brothers and my sisters. I will always have that dough for them. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, I ain't gonna say I'll drop everything, but I will always make time for them to, hey, cool. You ain't get it then, you get it now. All right, cool. Let's go. Let's rock. You know, I've been waiting on you, cuz. You know what I'm saying? So, with that, definitely. But, you know, with the outsiders, you know, I don't really pay them no mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I keep my circle small. Again, we mainly focus on God over here, and we got the morals and them principles. So if you ain't moving like that, again, that wouldn't even come out your mouth. You feel me? So like, if it is, you already not even in a circle to even speak. So I probably don't even hear it if you saying it, bro.
Gotcha.
But yeah, having that relationship with God and making sure them same people on the same type of timing you on, that play a part. You know, and
you gotta be able to read energy.
And it's hard. You know, it's hard. You know, because man, you want the same people to go with you. You feel me? You do, but you got to understand that, man, you wasting time doing it, you know? So this year, I'm actually cracking down on a lot. I keep going, you know, month after month, year after year, doing it. This only my second year, but it's getting more strict over here. The program getting more strict. You know what I'm saying? For sure. It got to. Things we elevating. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, it got to.
New levels, new devils, new floors, new ceilings.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Now you know, now the train might come back around. I'm not finna slow down. I'm not finna wait.
Nope.
You know, now if I take a pit stop, that's your chance to come. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Now I'm gonna do everything right in front of you. You got all opportunity because you can't force none on nobody. And people catch on, you know, in their time or whatever. Yeah. You know, I mean, whether it's family or friends, you know, everybody has their process. You see, you got the people that just gonna jump on, but you tend to probably build and merge with people that's kind of like not even that you didn't even grow up with. You know, people that you just met because y'all on the same frequency. You know, at the same time, going in the same direction. Now, my thing is, I would think you also would have had a transition of separating yourself from a certain set of peers because of the you using your talents for evil at once.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Yeah.
So like, did you try to convert those people over? Like, oh, hey, bro, we gotta do it like this. We gotta quit doing that. We gotta do it like this, man.
Man, so many.
Or did they think you was bullshit when they said you was done, right? Because you did.
Yeah.
You know? So tell me about that.
Man, so it's just like the streets, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that was my part of the streets that I fell a victim to. Like, nobody really talk about that side of the streets. You know, my era probably was the first era to experience that type of the streets, you know, the scamming and the fraud and stuff like that. But I personally feel like that was a part of the streets that I had fell a victim to. Like, I felt like it was dumb, you know, to go risk your freedom and your life, you know what I'm saying, over stuff like that. But I ain't see it being dumb, you know, to go get some money, you know what I'm saying? I had a big brother, man. Right now, he actually doing a federal sentence, you know, for the stuff.
Okay.
You know, firstly, you know, free more money. But, man, I remember the Sunday before he got, you know, raided. We actually sat down at a steakhouse, was talking about some real business, you know, and him wanting to, you know, change the things around. And we was putting it into play. And it was just too late to, you know what I'm saying? And now he's sitting down for everything that he doing, you know. And, you know, man, I remember when they sentenced him last year, he was like, become a millionaire when I get out. You know, he should be getting out around like maybe 2028, 2027.
Okay.
You know, so, you know, but again, like you say, me first starting and telling them like I'm done, bro, you tweaking, you know, cause you know, these my brothers at the end of the day, so I'm telling them like, you know, they what you on, you know, man, I'm trying to find a job, I'm trying to do this, nah, I do this. I'm like, damn, you know, they getting good. I'm like, but nah, I can't, you know, and man, only one person, man, shout out Lucky, he on the same type of time I'm on, you know, and he around my age. But everybody else, again, they gonna catch on when they catch on. But yeah, I was telling them like, hey, come on, let's do this. This the best way. This feel the exact same way, low key. You know, it's just the legal way, and it's guaranteed. Yeah. It ain't, and I don't gotta risk nothing.
That's what it boils down. Well, you have to risk your time, energy, efforts, and all.
You always gotta risk something. You right. You right.
It's just it's a more secure investment or safer investment, you know, as far as in relation to that. But you might as well do it. The thing is, like, all right, whatever we're gonna do, let's make sure it's legal proof.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Is it legal? You know, so whether we trying to find loopholes, you know, for taxes, credit repair, how can we stand on this if a motherfucker's not going outdoor type shit? You see what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's what professional and high elite business men and women do. You know, like everybody mad at Trump, right? Okay, well he's showing you how to legally
play the system.
Exactly.
Play
so
we're
not trying to run away from taxes. We're trying to limit paying too much in taxes or unnecessary taxes, and we're trying to position the business to be able to leverage the taxes in order to be able to leverage debt in order to access more credit and get more assets and things like that. Yeah. And rinse and repeat the same shit.
But when Trump do it, they don't see nothing. I ain't gonna say they don't see nothing wrong with it. You know, they just don't like Trump. But if a random white man to do it,
they gonna think it's regular business.
But you saying that, I don't know, it still sound hood. But if again, and it's sad, but that's the reality. But we changing the narrative. Yeah. You know, but right now in this moment, you know, as we're speaking, you know, again, you say all that game, I understand it, you know what I'm saying? I know the game, you know, but somebody else, you telling it to them, they gonna look at it just like how you said, like, oh, that's a nigga doing it. I don't know about that. That sound like you trying to get over.
Yeah,
but
people colorblind.
It's a system at the end of the day. And when you learn how to play the system like they created it to play, you thorough. And that's what we doing, man. That's the only reason I'm on social media, you know, to show them like, man, it's a whole game. You know, you gotta learn how to play this game, and you either gonna
play it or get played.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's
the right way of playing. It's the wrong way of playing. You know, you gotta have your players in line. You know, that's why it's important to have, you know, people on deck such as your attorneys, your tax professionals, you know, and all these other people. You know, to help secure your endeavors. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So because we don't. Certain arenas you don't want to wear like multiple hats. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need the experts in those areas to cover like dude, you work for the IRS. It's your job to make sure I stay compliant. Type shit. You see what I mean? Yeah. You know, so it's worth me paying you that so I can make more and secure my interests while making more at the same time. You see what I mean? So I'm not finna avoid paying $5,000 in taxes if I'm finna open up the gate for $500,000. That don't make sense to me. Exactly. You see what I mean? Again, so I'm leveraging cash in order to access more capital.
Cash, yeah.
You see what I mean? It's over and over again. If everything is, it's like black people had this syndrome where they it's not until an opportunity presents itself till they trying to get ready for the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You have to prepare
Nah,
for
facts.
opportunities to come so that when it comes, you're able to receive it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's too late if you got to go now. I got to, oh damn. Well, if you had a business in last year, you
Mhm.
would have qualified for this. You
Mhm.
can't start it today because now you might requirements might be 2 years in business, 2 years tax returns. Now
Facts.
what? See what I mean?
We ain't got none of that.
Now you have other avenues. You can go give you a shelf corp or some stuff like that, maybe so. But still, it's always, to me, it's always better to have it just authentically built, you know, from scratch anyway. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because you still gonna spend time and money for that paper. You know, for that paper trail, that paperwork. You know, and everything better be 100% type shit.
Facts.
You know, but all right. Outside of that, so I see is you have your thing with, you know, as far as entrepreneurship individually. Also, I see, you know, you're doing your thing with the Unity movement. Tell me your affiliation with that and how that's inspired you, supported you, motivated you, and secured you in your position.
Nah, for sure, man. Shout out Unity movement, man. I'm a brother of the Unity movement. We all brothers of the Unity movement. Everybody already a part of the Unity movement. It's just when you want to realize that we unified. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? But I had started, you know, with the brothers. Actually, it's about to be a year this month. Probably just already hit a year. Man, we done did a lot last year, a lot. But it inspired me to see who was in the Unity movement. Violence prevention, non-for-profit, has been around. You know what I'm saying? But to see the brothers who actually contributed to the violence, contributed to the drug addictions and the drugs in our community, everything, the negativity, to see those brothers who contributed to it to now clean it back up and reversing it, I'm definitely down with that. To see a brother who was just probably facing life, who just got off the bench, who just did this and did that, now in the trenches, giving back, now in the trenches, trying to squash beef. You can't tell me that ain't powerful. So I ain't gonna say I'll be a goofy to not get on, but
You can't help but to support
this my people at the end of the day, and it's like how me and bro was talking. It's like, bro, this the change now. You know what I'm saying? So now if you ain't investing in the change, it's like, do you really care about your people? But me, that's just what it was. And I do my little stuff, on Instagram. But man, when I seen they was boots on ground, I had to, like, it's just in me, like, I had to, yeah, of course I'm finna support that. Of course I'm finna be here, and it just turned to me again, just being heavily involved, and I love it. Man, I remember the first time we gave back, we was in Douglas Park out west. Shout out my boy Nook. Man, we was out there on Roosevelt, again, Douglas Park right there. Man, giving back, and it felt like heaven on earth, for real. Like, peaceful. Nobody had no guns on them, nothing like that, bro, and it was just peaceful. Yeah. And it's a blessing to see, again, us cleaning up our community, us, you know what I'm saying? Walking there, like, saying hi to the neighbors, man. It was people outside, like, hanging out their window from the 3 flats to 2 flats. Like, thank y'all, we appreciate y'all. Like, that's beautiful, that's peaceful, that's God's work right there. You know what I'm saying? And from the giving back to the cleaning up to the actually stopping real wars, between hoods that then bloodshed, to where they like, yeah, we gotta stop it.
Because you psychologically reprogramming, the mindset.
Exactly.
Now it's like, because now you're making it cool now to push the peace, cool to unify and making niggas look goofy for that type shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, and that's why it's so effective.
And then man, shout out Dame, man. He was the first one. He from Ova East too, man. Shout out Dame, but he was the first one to tell me, bro, that I made it look cool. Again, God used me. I don't never take no glory for it. All the glory be to God. But he was saying how God used me to make it look cool, because at first it was just all the old, older ones doing it. And again, I'm not saying they didn't leave no impact, but he was just saying, like, man, you talking about credit, you pull up in a suit, but then you dressing how you dress, you know what I'm saying? And then you young, you 20, 21. Yeah. He like, bro, you making it cool. And I was like, that was my purpose. Yeah. I'm here. It ain't just gonna be, I'm not gonna just let, big brother them, uncle them do this and be out there and not support it. Cause y'all looking at me like, okay, I'm getting money and stuff like that. I need to show y'all this. It ain't just about getting money at the end of the day. 100%. What I say is morals and principles. Yeah, now we finna care about our community. We finna give back. We finna stop doing the goofy stuff. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about getting the money. It ain't just about fixing your credit and doing all this. It's about having that relationship with God too. You know what I'm saying? So he was just telling me, like, man, you made it look cool, and that's what it's supposed to be like. Like you said, it's supposed to be the opposite way around. You goofy if you going in the streets risking your life and your freedom for somebody who wouldn't even take care of your OG if you know what I'm saying, you leave this earth. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make sure that, okay, if I got this platform that God got blessed me with, let me make sure I'm doing the right things. Like, I really be precautious on what I'm putting out. You know what I'm saying? Because this his platform at the end of the day.
I'm glad you said that.
You feel me? Like,
glad you said that.
I gotta be precautious, and I gotta make sure that, because at the end of the day, like, he told me some great words as soon as I walked in here, and he don't even know how much I needed that. It be DMs coming through randomly, like, bro, you doing this, bro, just changed my life. You know what I'm saying? On some real stuff. And that's how God works. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be out here doing anything or posting anything.
Because
you're watching.
You're being watched, and you're teaching without teaching.
Yeah,
you see what I mean? Because the youth, like I said, they sponges. But what makes it more impactful, of course, you got the OGs and stuff like that that's out there doing, that's been doing it, whatever like that. But to have that season inside that gumbo stew where the youth is being used as vessel to empower the youth itself, ain't no better example than that. Because now the thing about how the human brain works and how our mentality works is like the second we see one of us do it, we up, right? It's like, but until we see it, it's not possible. Like, imagine how fast somebody goes from a non-comfort zone to a comfort zone in all these different areas that nigga wouldn't even think about doing. Nigga wouldn't think about thinking he could write a book, thinking he could do this, thinking like nigga wouldn't even think. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
But now the limitation bar is so far away from where it used to be. It's like a nigga think he could do whatever the fuck he want to do, and that's because it's people are becoming younger and younger, doing what the fuck they want to do within the positive light and positive realms. And these are people that you can see, touch, and feel.
Facts.
So now, but that's why you have these, everybody else seeing that and knowing that, that we control the media anyway. Is that, that's why you got the politicians, everybody else jumping in on that shit because they see they can't even do that type shit. You know what I'm saying? So they try to put their little spin on that shit.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
You know how it's politics and everything.
Exactly.
So you got to know how to leverage and manage that as well type shit to help advance you and position you to be able to do more for yourself and the community that you're fighting for. So that being said, with in general, you and the unity movement, what everybody's doing in Chicago, switching the vibration of Chicago, because everybody copy us anyway. Whether we doing bad,
we the Mecca.
Motherfuckers gonna be crashing out.
Facts.
We doing good now, okay. But this is new. Ain't nobody seeing this shit like this. This is some new shit. So now it's like, so everybody it's like, but like I say, that shit spread like wildfire. So now it's like we're gonna become like the new version, like Atlanta, even more though.
Cause you know what's crazy? I went to Atlanta in 2024 to Invest Fest. You know what the be.
Of course.
Went there, man. I'm moving to Atlanta.
Right.
Man,
right, because you see how it moving, right?
Man, guy told me to stay, bro, and I'm glad I stayed.
You said the same thing.
This gonna be the new Atlanta, bro. I'm telling you.
Why
bro.
you okay?
And not even the new Atlanta, it's gonna be better than Atlanta.
It
you
is.
know what I'm saying? And when I came back, I had that thought process. God opened doors. Boom, I'm meeting people. Dang, Mercury got this in Chicago. I'm meeting millionaires, real estate people, and not just people, they black too. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing in that Invest Fest. Exactly. These people black doing this, got all these type of businesses. I'm doing it. I'm all right, I'm back in Chicago. My plan's moving, but I'm doing what I could do out here. I start meeting everybody. We start doing, and now it's busting. It's busting, and it's just gonna go up from here. So like when you said that, like, it's fun to be there. It's already that. I'm telling you, it's already that, bro.
What we're looking at is the beginning stage.
The beginning.
So it's funny that you said that. Will just said that, and that's what I've been saying because my whole background, I was so done with Chicago trying to change people, trying to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't try it every way, but again, time's changing. So you can't force when the people are gonna be ready, but you gotta know when they're ready.
Like you say, you gotta already be hood. You know what I'm saying? You already hip to it before we even started doing this.
So I know when it's switching. I'm like what I say. I'm gonna do it one more time for Chicago, but we gotta do it like this. It gotta be like this. And the doors of the church are open right now, and people that position themselves right now is gonna be the new leaders, kings and queens of the city.
Facts. That's
guaranteed. But you gotta move right now.
Right now.
You can't wait till like it become like normalized and stuff like that. Now because now
it ain't gonna be what it's supposed to.
Now you're more in the competition.
Now you're gonna be normal. I ain't gonna lie.
Now you're going through the red tape. You know what I mean? So nah, we got to do it right. But you only can see that by moving outside of the realms that you was raised in. You can see the shift when you went to Atlanta.
Yep.
I see how they they're successful because they move in unison together.
Yeah.
I'm finna build you up. I'm finna build you up. Finna build you. Then we're gonna come together. We're gonna do. They shit is like a science. All right, we got your event next week. We got your event next week. We got.
It's busting. It's busting. It's busting.
It ain't abnormal for bro got the lamb, bro got the shop, bro got this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna grab this mansion over there. They shitting on us. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They is.
As far as like economically, right now they shitting on us, right? Because they know how to diversify and leverage each other without all that extra bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
They know how to use each other, not misuse each other.
They know how to maximize the leverage within the relationship of their business. 1,000%, bro. Like Noah, like you have to learn from that. Right. So what you're doing is you taking seasoning that you're getting from other places and bringing it back home. Right.
Facts.
Cooking up that gumbo. You know what I'm saying? And what's the point of traveling? If you're not taking the shit that you time traveling.
Yeah.
You're going to a place you see that's called vision. You see what I mean? So this your city, you know your city, you know the conditions. You also know when they changing. So if you like, all right, it's 2026 now, but in the rate this shit going and the fact that I know that we can force the narrative,
you
right?
You get it.
It's like between 27, 28, this is what it's gonna be, and we're gonna be the first in line. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody else, majority of people, 98% of people I follow is 2% are actual leaders that's gonna do things before it gets congratulated or becomes cool.
And it's harder. It's harder. When I ain't leave, I knew it was gonna be harder. But I'm like, what God do and everything that's great is hard. It take grind. It could have been. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I could have left and it was gonna be easy. I probably would have been a millionaire by now.
You know, if you would have did the same shit and went to Atlanta,
I would be a millionaire by now for sure, 1,000%. But I knew that was the easy route. I knew. I ain't lie, I was just being obedient to God. I can't even say I did anything because I wanted to fucking leave, bro. I wanted to leave, but I seen the man. I just put I'll be honest. I envisioned what it could be, and I just put my hair down to work and network. Got in the rooms. Hey, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. And everybody just came, and we coming together. They coming together, and then hey, it's getting that. It
really is. So I mean, even. It's one thing to kind of like,
I don't know if you seen. I posted. It was a post that's like Chicago is now one of the top 10 cities where millionaires are living now or moving into. Like and that's great. I just seen it like a couple days ago. Like that. We that now. Like we becoming that now.
100%. And basically, I got the epiphany when and it's only when you know, again, your position in the game and all the players and how to position yourself alongside with all the players.
Yeah.
It's a combination of a duality, an alignment between streets, politics, community, and church.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
As long as we understand that, we know we will always be in position because we can control our position and can't nobody count us out. You see what I mean? It's all about merging with the right players. That's gonna. We are each other's human resources and insurance policies.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know, like my job is to keep premium gas in your tank and vice versa because we all ride in the same vehicle ultimately. You dig? And that's the concept that the Atlanta niggas get. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like literally that like. You know how it is. It's like a nigga think like if he shares something with you, that's taken from him, right? Now it could be if you sharing it to a party it's not a reciprocating situation, right?
It gotta be.
But if you know somebody is for you, right?
Yeah.
Like yo, we go to bed thinking about each other at night. Pause. You see what I mean? Like what can I do for my brother? You know what I'm saying? What can I? I could be outside looking in, like you know what I'm saying? Like yo, okay, bro. If it's something I can do or I have access to, and I see it, I'd be like, oh, bro, probably he doing this all right. If he had this, he'd probably boom. Check this out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And vice versa.
Yeah. Just do the same shit.
Something that won't even benefit you at all. But see, the thing is, and me and I was talking. I talk to I as my brother. I had a trend. I as my brother. I talk to I almost each and every single day.
Okay.
Cause he one of those ones where pause. We go to sleep thinking about each other. How can bro elevate? Because what we are creating, and what me and bro personally have, I know. It ain't even just about like, okay, I'll do it because I know if bro go up, I go up. We together. It's unity.
Exactly.
Bro go up, I'm eventually go up, but that's just how it is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And he know that's the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I could say that, because he know that it's vice versa.
Right.
That if I go up, bro, right there,
Exactly.
I'm asked, bro. I'm making sure that anytime I do an event, bro, they're recording.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then every time, bro, like recording, I'm going up. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Like, again, we're using each other, not misusing
You
each
guys
other.
are each other's equity.
Exactly. We are supposed to be that. And that's the problem. People think like, oh, I don't want to get used. That's because your ass useless. You ain't. You don't want to get used because you useless, bro. You ain't got nothing to give. You know what I'm saying? And then like dang, okay. But dumb people who are useless, they just go use people. They don't have nothing to bring to the table.
Yeah.
If you know, like, okay, no, I know I'm useful, so I know I'm gonna be used one day. You know what I'm saying? And your time might be not your time right now, but I you know your value. I know bro value. He know my value. Boom. All right, let's lock in. Let's do it.
You should be able to walk in a room, meet some people, and identify some things where you can see yourself being a benefit.
Facts.
You know,
facts.
and vice versa. So it's like, but it's easy. Most people got the, half of the game figured out, where it's like they know what they need out of the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody know what the fuck they want and they need.
Yeah.
But are you simultaneously thinking what you could do for the other motherfucker?
A lot of
You
people
see what I
think
mean?
like that. That's the problem.
And then so now whatever you do bring to the table is naturally mutually beneficial, and it makes sense because you took time to think about the other person. You see what I mean? But it's like, I just don't understand. It's mainly here that I see that it's been it's as a but I see, but it's changing rapidly right now though. Because again, people are more, but it's still the same. It's leveraging the condition, because we know if our people are sick, we still kind of like leveraging the sickness to kind of program them, because if people are followers, okay, let's show them how to do it by giving them an example.
Showing them to follow the right thing. Exactly.
Like, damn, I don't got to gatekeep. Well, damn, I don't got to be a fuck nigga. Well, damn, I don't. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have to be in the street. I don't have to be doing this dumb stuff. You feel me? Like,
It
exactly.
starts not to make sense no more. You see what I mean? Like, I never understood how it made sense to stand on a block every day and serve and be serving and be nickel bagging and stuff. If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it big. You know what I'm saying?
Do it
like,
big.
it's never made sense to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever it is, just make sure you think that shit out and do it big. Have a plan. All right. So outside, so we spoke on that. As far as family, mother, father, household. As far as brothers and sisters, you got
I got 2 older brothers and then a little sister.
Okay.
And mother, father in the household.
Okay.
That played a big part, bro.
What was the relationship between your brothers and your sisters and you?
Older brother, man, good big brother. Second older brother, good big brother. But we have different fathers, so you know how that go. I'm going with my father's side of the family, you know what I'm saying? But, when the time we got to spend with each other, we spend with each other. But, they taught me things, I teach them things, but I'm the youngest, I'm the little brother. So if anything, and I was just saying that I was gonna make a post about this, I feel like if you a little brother and you got 2 other brothers, you supposed to be turned. You supposed to be the one,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have 2 other brothers to learn from.
Right.
So what I could say for sure with my
little brother,
you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be the smart little brother, whether they doing it big or not. You could either learn from their mistakes or learn from what they did do good. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that, like, my brothers, man, they either made the mistakes or they did the right things for me to follow, and not just follow. And I know, very supportive. Whatever I did, again, they don't have the same mindset like me all the time, but they definitely supportive. When I was doing football, supportive. When I started the clothing brand, supportive. Credit, supportive. Whatever the case is. Little sister, I'm just making sure, she ain't got to do nothing, as she see me doing everything, that she, have a better blueprint to follow.
Exactly.
You feel me? But, older brother, he went to college, got his degree. Other brother, he just working, and he actually more closer to me when it comes to the, doing the side hustles and stuff like that. Okay. Like, because I trade as well. So, bro into trading, you know what I'm saying? Again, getting on whenever he get on, figuring out. And again, same thing with them. Them doors never going to close, until when they ready, they ready. Like, I'll do a pit stop, get on. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Do you, back to something else, I just want to kind of, I think it's important. See, I guess the older and wiser people get, they understand the importance of listening to people's stories. You see what I mean? Like, everybody wants, like, oh, I want to do what you do. I want to do, it's that whole thing now. And in the education space, it becomes a double-edged sword with social media, because, you sharing things, sharing information, then everybody is like, in my mind, I provide information and resources for you to do you, not to do me. You don't do me, do you. You know what I'm saying?
Better than me.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell
Don't just
people
clone me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Be creative, be innovative, right?
Yeah.
Like put some thought into it. A motherfucker will copy every fucking thing about you type shit and put their name on it, you know?
And then be mad when it don't work. Hey,
Which
bro,
is no integrity.
what you doing? That don't work. How, bro?
Well,
It's just not working
of
for
all,
you because it ain't you.
First of all, I got a chance to learn what I'm doing as
Yeah.
opposed to just, taking it from another nigga or whatever and reselling it, first of all.
First off.
But I think experience is key. So even though you 2 years in the credit repair, right?
Yep.
I believe that you had. Well, I don't believe I know. I know that your experience in that world started before that, because when you evolved in the dark side of that you was in, that it's certain things that that make sense in the public space. They be like, oh shit, I know what that is. And you realize like, you can connect the dots as opposed to somebody. Honestly, you have an advantage.
Yeah.
A small advantage over somebody that has no idea of that world and how it works.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Because you're dealing with information, profiles, this and that.
Yeah.
You get to learn how to think. You technically know how to create these things from scratch. So now you're dealing with public profiles, credit, how information aligns to build a score and stuff like that. You have an insight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you let it's just almost like the reason why the government may say if I was a famous hacker or some shit, right? I didn't hack the motherfucking government system. I didn't hack the
government be hiring people like that.
They're gonna offer you a job first.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? As opposed to letting you sit in jail, you're an asset.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
For real.
These are the people that teach them how to not get penetrated by cyber attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I mentioned that. Meaning that because I want people to understand that your experience started in places you might not even think of type shit. On the reason why you understand it so well within that time span, and you're not only because first you got to learn it.
Yeah.
And then you have to teach it.
Yep.
Now you're teaching it and providing a service. Those are three dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're able to do that and successfully and respectfully do it now, that's because you already had pre-game experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you thought about that.
No, I definitely did, because I was like, man, you would think, oh, dang, man, I did that. I wasted my time, or whatever the case is.
Nah.
But man, that was God doing it. God like prepared me for this, because I be, again, like you say, I be doing things. And I'd be like, I ain't gonna lie, this gave me an advantage, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to do it this way, but now I'm doing it the good way, so it definitely became an advantage. And I'm just glad, again, I obeyed and stopped when I needed to stop, because now I'm here where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? Who knows, just a day later, continuing to do the same thing God told you, Ben, stop doing. And you somewhat completely different, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the power of obedience and the power of how God just be aligning stuff, man, it's surpassed our own understanding, and like you say, like you just explained, that put me in a position farther than other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even my mentor be telling me, like, he a millionaire, but he like early 30s. Bro, you don't slow down, you good, you young, you doing it, you own it. And not only that, I mean, I be, on myself hard, why wouldn't I be?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But I do sit back and, shout out to bro again, people like him be telling me, what I be doing, that'll help me ease off on myself sometimes. But doing it early and still, upholding and still, being able to maintain through all this, man, it's a blessing. It's because like you say, I had pre-game experience. Mm-hmm. So that's just, again, God prepping you for something that, man, we'd be like, dang, why I go through this? Why I go through that?
Yeah.
And you realize later on what it was really for.
It wasn't even for that. Yep, exactly. Even bullshit ass jobs.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Man, for real.
You gotta learn how to. People think you could just skip and become. I want to be my own boss, right? Have you been a great worker?
No.
Right? Have you been you want to be a chief? Have you been a good Indian? Have you been a good soldier? You see what I mean? It's like if you can't be a good teacher unless you're a good student. Be a good leader. You be a good follower. 100%. Yeah. The best teachers understand that shit. All you are is a master student, because learning never stops. It's crazy how people get to a point they be like they think they have nothing else to fucking learn. You see what I mean? Like, can't nobody
always learning.
Supposed to be learning every day.
Man, God say that we never gonna reach perfection on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Then not even that, but also, for an example, I'm 22. The same mindset I had at 18, I would not want to have that mindset now. Right. When I turn 25, I would not want to have this mindset now. Everything, man. the same relationship I have with God now, I want it to be way stronger when I turn 25. The same body that I have, I'm gonna have to do something totally different.
To
You know what I'm
reform
saying?
yourself.
So finances, the bag I have now, I'm gonna want a bigger bag in 25.
Yeah.
The bag I had at 18, I can't do nothing with that bag right now. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can easily stay content though.
Exactly.
A lot of people do. A lot of people stay at wherever you at right now, right?
They stay comfortable.
What percent of people you know that you grew up will be cool? They think they good, right?
Yeah, a
be
lot of them.
comfortable and start, and doing more, because when you attract finance and any type of mental or financial stability, it's like you wanna show it, you wanna give it away, you wanna increase, you wanna acquire things.
Yeah.
Mostly debt, non-liability. So what happens is now you get caught into a whole nother matrix. That's why what I do know about our people too is that we never been really short on money.
Yeah, nah.
I know.
I keep hearing that. I've been hearing that for the past
Niggas been
month.
getting money. It's just that what are you doing with the money?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Niggas been blowing. I know niggas that had $1 million in one time and blew that shit in the summer type shit.
You hear me?
You see what I mean? So all that niggas ain't got money to do all the shit that you put your money into, right?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have a life insurance policy, sir? Do you have this, sir? You see what I mean? Do you, well, that's why you got all this money to spend on all these all the bullshit, because you ain't taking care of no priorities.
Man, and I ain't gonna lie, that came with a lot of discipline. Again, like you say, pregame. I ain't gonna lie, when I was doing that stuff, I was spending a lot of money, but also seeing how much, I made that much money.
Right.
It didn't go like that. And then seeing other niggas, in that same, field of doing what I was doing, I had so much, way more, doing it on a whole different level. Then y'all get to this point, it's like, what are we doing? Then it's like nothing to show for it. So I've been having to be, like you say, content, sometimes, like, even though I can go ball right now, nah, we ain't balling, we setting up. And that's what I have to continue to remind myself, because at this age, this is the age where you gonna want to ball. Bro, where it's gonna really matter.
22?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, I didn't give a fuck about life at 20. That's what I did, but I'm talking about, like, I had very short. I think I was worried about my outfit, my car being clean,
the appearance.
As long as I got a radio in my car and enough for some weed and some alcohol that night to impress some females.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna go back to work, make some more money, and do it again.
Do it all over again. Nah,
we good. You're gonna spend every dollar, and then that goes to the slave mindset too, especially if you work a job.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend every dollar,
because
right?
you gonna know, I'm going back to work.
Yeah, you got.
I can go get that.
Yeah.
See, this is a different ball game. Niggas don't understand. We gotta go get ours. I gotta go get my money.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go get a bigger bag, but I gotta go put the work in. I don't just go put in 40 hours and I get the same check.
No.
My 40 hours may look $0 sometimes. My $40 may look 40,000. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't be getting that though. Like, but again, like you say, that slave mentality. Like, okay, I know I'm gonna go back to work. I know I'm gonna go back to work, and I know as long as I go clock in, I'm gonna get my check. And it's I can't even say it's a curse and a blessing with that. I just say it's a curse because that's your time.
Your time is your greatest asset. Your time and your energy. So
you
now
cannot create time. You don't get it back.
As an entrepreneur and businessman, that's the first thing that you have. Once you realize, once you have that first example of you being able to maximize or leverage your time in order to reap the benefit of a return, that supersedes like a 1 week, 2 week, or month worth of working 40 hours a week. Yeah. I used to work. Yeah. Like I'm talking about 4 factories, and I wasn't even no regular worker because background shit during the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to work temp agencies and stuff. So I was the nigga with the vest on that made the least amount of money and shit. So I
was that nigga too.
You know what I'm saying?
I was young, so I had to go to the temp agency.
You know what I'm saying? You fucking I forgot the name of them. So I don't even think about it, but you know what I'm saying?
Bring back memories.
Right. So it's like you making $7-8 an hour. You like, so you in your mind it's like, all right, fuck it. If I work this 60 hours a week, I go into overtime. I could probably fuck around and get a $500 check this week.
Man,
$500 check for 60 hours.
What changed my life is I remember I went into work and I made $1,000 before clocking in that day. And I remember that week, it was during Prime Week. You know how Prime Week get, with Amazon. I had to work hella hours. And I made $1,000 that week. But I remember how much I was slaving, how much sleep I didn't get it. And then people, it ain't just about the hours you put into work. You gotta spend an hour getting up and going to work. Then you gotta spend an hour driving back and then relaxing, going to work. You know what I'm saying? So like,
how much time do you actually have? You gotta sleep.
You gotta sleep.
You eat. You probably got, if don't let you have no kids, family, other priorities. Zero. So you had to give more credit to the person that jumps off that boat, because now I'm the nigga. If I used to work 6 to 6, so 6 p.m., 6 a.m. I get off work, get home by 7. I get right in front of the motherfucking computers, right?
Man, that's
right in front of the computer.
That's where that getting off the boat come in, because that's sacrifice.
That's how I be
Because I remember same spot. I go in. See me, I was going in at 6 and getting off at 5:30 a.m. I have to get up. I ain't gonna lie, me. I go to the gym, boom, and then I would trade in the morning. And then after I would trade, I had an office. I got an office downtown, so I would go. I'd take probably a nap, or I'd go straight downtown to the office, be in the office, locking in on everything else I got locked in on. Then come home, take a nap. But most of the times, ain't no taking no naps. Yeah. It's 24 to 48 hours. Because, and then when you get your off day, then I'm night sleep. You know what I'm saying? But okay, the time I put into that job, I'm sleeping at there, then I'm putting the rest of it into work. But that's what it takes for you to get off that ship, 100%. Especially because them bills ain't gonna stop. You can't just quit that job.
Nah, you can't.
You feel me? Them bills ain't gonna stop. And then you gotta understand, bro, if you're putting 8 hours into this job, or like you say, 12, imagine what you could be doing.
Exactly. If you put that same amount of time into yourself.
Man.
Imagine. It's a fraction of it, right?
A fraction, yeah.
And the thing is, my psychology, what I had to do is I made sure I maximized my time on the slave ship. So if I'm standing up working on assembly line type shit, when you work assembly line, you can't do shit really. So I had to, you can do something. So that's when iPods was out. So I'd be listening to some motivational shit, some learning shit, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So that 12 hours, I'm still feeding.
Likewise.
You know what I mean?
Likewise.
I'm writing down notes and game plans on what the fuck I'm gonna do as soon as I get the fuck about this. Mentally, I was not at work. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
At all.
You got
know
to.
what I'm saying?
Gotta be locked in like that.
Yeah. And I always finesse myself in a position where I was still managing, became in a management position. So from that point, I'd be like, all right, now I got more freedom and stuff like that. So AG. So my thing, I'd be in a management position. So it's like, now I got a little free time. I'm in the office now. I can bring my laptop in and shit down. So now I work, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing security and roles and this shit, working for Villa. I got my laptop in the back, I'm acting like I'm doing some security. I go back, I'm always multitasking type shit. My thing is like, I refuse to put in 8 to 12 hours to the slave master and not put in at least half of that for myself.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? And that's my thing. You know
what's crazy? Niggas would be working and go to work and don't even work. But again, get the same check. They'd be BSing at work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you BSing at work and you just going. So you just going just because you gonna get a check at the end of the day. So you ain't even, you know what I'm saying, doing that. I was gonna ask you. So doing all that, going back and how you was grinding, do you feel like you have grinded like that since the job?
For myself?
Yeah.
10 times harder.
10 times harder?
Oh, yeah. I'm crazy with it. Yeah.
Bro.
People think like it's like...
You should slow down. Nah.
People think like it's way more of me. You know what I'm saying? But based upon my production and my work ethic is crazy. You see what I mean? Like, I'm behind so many different things. That's why it's hard for me to when people ask me like what I do and shit, I be like, I don't even, like,
you told me what don't I do?
It's so difficult for me to start, but we gonna get to it. But it's like, it be like, bro, you have no clue. You see what I mean? It's like because I became like infatuated with creating and building, because I know what I learned is that, the creators and the builders and the producers are never gonna be able to be stopped. You see what I mean? It's like I always like my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't like third party shit. I don't want to pay no nigga for no studio. You know what I'm saying? My life, I'm building my own shit. You know what I'm saying? So most of the things that I do, I create that shit from scratch type shit. So that means I got to work 10 times harder. You see what I mean?
Got to.
So I don't really got to be having a lot of talk time. So it'd be like, that was my thing. But I don't say people should go ahead and quit their job, right?
Nah.
But do you know that I had to get blessed and get fired from my job?
Mm.
You know, so I haven't worked a job since shit 2008.
Damn. I was 5 years old.
Really?
I was 5
Damn.
years old.
I don't even know what that even looks like at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
It's like because and it's
18 years.
crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, but again, I tried to grind my way out and find that and try to make just enough money to be able to do. And I still was investing a little bit of money and buying this, doing this, doing that. And it's like building my brand, doing this, doing that. It's like, and I'm thinking like trying to make this safe bridge out. For me, it didn't work out that way. For me, this master had to kick me the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga called me on the last time I used to be getting fired and shit because I used to be like, you know, I used to always be late.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But because I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was at work and one of them I think I was working at a welding joint in Hammond. And I was talking to our brother Prod, him or Prod. I was talking to one of y'all niggas at work. I'm like, man, it's bullshit that we having the same conversations we always had now, like working, building. We still trying to make it. Like conversations, nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we just in different positions type shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm talking shit. I'm like, man, I can't stand this motherfucker. Blah, 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 whoop-de-woo, woo. Right? I opened up the door and shit. This motherfucker was sitting on his on the forklift like, go ahead and clock out. I say, I'm like, does that mean? I said, okay. And I just left the fuck out of there. That was it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, then I tried, that's when Uber and Lyft first came out.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't even work.
Damn.
The first time I tried to do Uber, the forces of the universe and the guys within would not allow me to use anything as a crutch to build my shit. I had to build my shit from the ground type shit with no leverage from that shit. I tried to do Uber, my motherfucking my wheel flew off my car, just rolled, and it didn't come off the car until I got back to my block. So when I pulled up to my block and it just like I was doing like maybe 5 miles an hour. The wheel just rolled off. The entire wheel just rolled. I just got off the E-way. The motherfucker just rolled the fuck off. Like, I'm still trying to be cool because it was females walking down the street. Shit. I got up. I grabbed the wheel, threw the bitch in my trunk, and just kept walking home type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, before that, I was trying to draw blood. I couldn't draw blood because I had too many tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. I tried to go to the sperm bank, but my car broke down on the way to that. I couldn't go there.
Damn.
It didn't work. It's like I had like, nigga, get your ass in that lab and produce something, nigga.
Oh, bro.
You know, and it just happened from that. I don't even know where. I think when I first started making money, and it was when I had a graphic design and media company.
Mm.
So I did razor sharp designs and media. So we did graphic designs. We did flyers for some of the biggest companies, print companies in Chicago. Tony Blair, some other companies too. And I forgot the one in Dalton. Then web design. So I was one of the first ones doing like flash design where your website move around shit before the iPad first came out, before it can even produce flash. I was doing that. And media, marketing, photography, all that bullshit, everything. They get like then music videos, then multiple industries. And then I finally ventured over into finances. 20 right around time I quit, I got fired from that job about 2010. I had a credit repair company, one of my guys, Fresh Start Financial in Matson. You know what I'm saying? So we did credit repair for a while. But for me, I did it. It was cool, you know what I'm saying? But it was like still social media wasn't popping like that.
Yeah.
And then for me, I've done enough. I've been in so many industries and missed the train. I say I'm not gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I seen the credit repair train slowing down and about to merge over to another arena. So our biggest competition was Lexus Law.
Nexus.
Lexus Law.
Law. Yeah, I heard of
so it was on the radio a lot back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have a lot of options, you know, except them. So they started doing credit repair for like $50 a month. They started the subscription, so they was killing us on that because everybody like $50 as opposed to like $1,500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But back in the day, we manually doing this shit, like carrying everybody, had the office and shit. All these got the, file cabinets and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Manually doing that shit, mailing out letters and shit like that. Man, that shit was a drag. You know what I'm saying? So now we was making, I guess a little bit more money, but again, the credit repair game started to change then. And that's when credit repair cloud first came out. This is about years after we was in. And I was telling them, like, bro, we need to convert over to the cloud. This shit changing. This is way before AI. Now we got AI and everything in the cloud. I say, y'all can have it. And I walked off from that. You know what I'm saying? I say, if you're not going to do that shit in a way where you can scale that shit, we can service people outside the local range, we're gonna keep this hustle and bustle. I need autopilot shit. I need automation.
I do too. That's what it's about. That's what position I'm in right now. Like, a lot of people, like, I even tell myself, my name Justo The CEO, but I'm just now becoming a CEO, because I ain't like, when I first made that name, I didn't actually know what a CEO was. I was, like you said, you explained it good. You was like entrepreneur to small business. Now you a real business now. You got payroll and stuff like that now. So that's what I'm in now. Again, automation. I don't like my passion. What I want to do, I just want to trade all day and then do my clothes brand. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But with this business, I know one is lucrative, is money to be made in it. You know what I'm saying? I actually do want to help people, with the finances, but I need this automated. You know what I'm saying? So first quarter, that's my goal with this. We scaling and we being automated, and we, putting the systems and stuff behind, so we can make sure that, hey, I could step away, do what I really need to focus on, and it's going. So I definitely feel you on that, because me starting off, I was doing it manually. I was not only doing it manually, but again, me even using Credit Repair Crowd, I had to go on there, boom, print the letters out, go ship them out. Like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? Imagine having
that trip
clients.
That trip to the mailbox was dreadful for me. I hated going to the mailbox. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even now, you know what I'm saying? We got certain services that we offer and stuff like that, but now I got it where, they come pick that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, they got third-party companies that work for the post through that contract with the post office. They'll come, secure your mail, pick up shit up, do all that stuff like that. Anything that could be, matter of fact, if I can't automate, I'm probably not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you, because I only got certain things I want to do too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, which is, hey, I want to become a trader too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got upstairs. I got the whole trading setup just for that. You know what I'm saying? I have designated corners for shit.
Man, that stuff's so lucrative, bro.
Yeah.
That's the life.
But
bro.
you need time to focus in on that shit.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it's like
I'm not even where I want to be to do it, and I'm doing it, and what I'm doing with it is a lot. So Matt, that's why I'm like, I know what I could do when it's like, this morning I made 2,200 in like 5 seconds.
That's
you know what
crazy.
I'm saying?
What you doing? Trading options?
Futures.
CPI
was this morning.
Okay. CPI, break that down.
So that's basically like, the government speaking on, data, basically data dropping, on the market and stuff like that. So it spiked up, you know what I'm saying? So basically like a big move in the market. Bro, caught one of those moves this morning, with me and my trading team. Again, I do it part-time, so that's why I say, I love to have, I ain't gonna say a team, but if we, like they say, you go faster, you go alone, you go farther if you got a team. 100%. You know what I'm saying? So my brother Brando, and my brother Keyshawn, they have more time, to put into trading. Right. So as I'm mastering this, bringing this to the table, they doing that, bring this to the table, and that's how we're able to succeed more. Exactly. Because now, like you say, damn, I ain't got the time. Bro, going to the time, he come to the table, hey, this the plan for this, boom, boom, follow it, boom. That's what I do. I come, hey, this the plan with credit, we gonna do this, and this, come to, just follow it. And we doing what we doing. It's a team thing.
That's how it is.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's essential. It has to be like that, or it's like you're gonna be spreading yourself thin, trying to be in all. You really can't. You can't. Not. You know what I'm saying? You can't be zeroed in all arenas. You can be tapped in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be zeroed in all areas at all. I wish you could. If you could, nigga, I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? You just can't.
Bro, you can't.
You really can't. Especially you talking about you jumping in the market. If you don't have an arrangement like that, you want to just randomly jump in the market because you hear some shit on the internet, your shit gonna crash. Like, imagine the people that heard about the Dogecoin, right? Man. right? And then just like put their money up, and then just like went to sleep, but didn't know when Elon had that interview. He was saying like you got to transfer your shit over into the Doge wallet. On that shit, and that shit started dropping.
Yeah.
You woke up the next morning sad
As hell.
crazy, because you gotta live that shit.
Yeah.
Type shit.
You got experience is the best teacher for sure, and like you, especially in the market. Like I tell anybody who want to get into it, like, man, you better be ready to lose some money. You better be ready to put time in. Like they even say, like with traders, 90% of them don't continue to go after 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And I just started trading the end of 2023. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still in a barely profit margin, just being real, you know what I'm saying? But again, I barely got time to put into it. But that's why, you know, again, I love my team. We building systems, you know, and putting in order where it's like, all right, cool, we doing this. And again, I got, all right, bro, he dialed in on this, bro, but dialed in on that, like you say, zeroed in on that, focus on that. We come to the table, sit down. Hey, that's the thing. And like you say, you can't be a good leader if you're not a good follower. I follow, bro. I humble myself. You feel me? Like, I ain't gonna lie, being honest, between them three, my face is the biggest face right now. But I humble myself in them rooms and wherever we go, because they lead at one point. Like, I don't mess with no just followers. Yeah, exactly. We are leaders at one point, you know what I'm saying? But bro have his role when he lead, and then bro have his role when he follow. I have my role when I lead, and then I humble myself, and I got my role when I follow, because I know I ain't been putting the time into trading. I ain't been up, you know, the past nights studying the charts and shit. This nigga has. So when we get in them rooms, when we get in the 7 a.m. calls before the market open, hey bro, I'm listening. I'm listening to him. My mic them there on mute. Yeah. I ain't counter unless it's some BS, you know, so because sometimes, you know, you gotta speak up, you know what I'm saying? But and again, we ain't no yes man at the end of the day. But 9 times out of 10, I'm sitting back and I'm following the plan, because bro put that work in and sat down and put the time into it, and you know, went through all that, you know, so I wouldn't have to. And it's vice versa. When it's time to talk about credit or finances, boom. They sit down, boom. All right, brother, what's the plan? You know, and we going, and that's how we move. And I love my team. Shout out my team. I wouldn't be nothing without them. Like I can't just sit up here and say it's just Justo the CEO without my team.
Exactly. That's how it is with anybody that's moving. You know, it's always a team behind. Yeah. Influences behind and support behind. You know, people or whatever like that. 1,000%. Some have more than others. Yeah. You know, but it always has to be somebody. And you have to have that strategic network. You know, of people that's gonna do that. Because my thing is, like, I've been at a point so desperate for a team where it's like, you know, if I see a motherfucker with a camera or the desire to hold the camera that don't have a camera, here go my camera, let me buy you a camera. What you need? Type shit. I learn that shit, right? Just make sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I can very well know how to do something, but what I'm gonna do? Take a picture of myself? Yeah. Sometimes you gotta pad. So sometimes you gotta be like, imagine like you done took your time, energy, money to actually learn something, to be competitively good at it, to provide it as a service, and then you invest that your whole bag into a rookie. Exactly. In hopes that they grow into being a master, not only a master in their field, but in hopes that they become that master and come back to the table.
And I could say I done did that, and man, lost that, you know, put stuff in rookies, you know, and again, don't necessarily be like, what people gotta understand, that ain't necessarily like, okay, I'm only pouring into you because I know you're gonna pour into me. This is a team thing. Yeah. I know, okay, if I'm having right now and you in this, and again, you boom, and you could bring something to the table, because I ain't giving nothing to no leeches. That's what we not doing. You know what I'm saying? You have to be useful. So if you could be useful, and I'm in a position to help you be even more useful, and you know I'm useful, come on, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know a nigga in the world that'll constantly put his money in the bank that don't believe it's gonna be there tomorrow.
You feel me? Nah, exactly.
Like, I need my shit to gain interest and compound interest on top of that shit.
I work hard for it.
It's an invest. We all are assets. So we gotta always make that shit clear, because a motherfucker have amnesia on your ass real quick. Then be like, I ain't really need that anyway. I could have did, you know, I could. Now you coulda, woulda. You motherfucker, you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, look out. Look, I'm triggered. I'm triggering them right now. Yeah, that's how that. But that's what we've been dealing with here, you know, because you got to find your people to the point you like. You got people where you can like, you know how much of a blessing and empowering it is to like be able to like, you know, just like openly like to be like if you ask me a question about some shit and I can openly honestly just share that shit with you type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Just be gatekeeping.
Like, hey, bro, check this out. Bro, check this out. And you know it's gonna be in safe hands. And now, you know, it's like, man, that shit is empowering type shit.
Hell yeah.
You know? It's like, especially when you're dealing with masters, like, you know, bro over there working on this, man. Hey, shit. Hey, bro, man, shit. Hey, pass this to bro. I came across some new information. Pass this to bro or whatever. See what he gonna do with it. Give him a couple days type shit. Like, I love that shit. You got that shit, you can go anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Because y'all could do anything. Because like you say, bro, I didn't spend so much money on information. I didn't even have time to
even dissect it.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, man, having a team that, hey, bro, could dissect this, bro, could dissect that. And we just now doing it. But the progress we have made so far, like you say, it's a blessing. Because, again, I can't do everything I want. You know what I'm saying? Right now, again, I'm the face. I ain't asked to be the face, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I have to go walk in these rooms and, you know, go shake these hands for us, you know, because I bring everything back to the table. You're a part of the team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm doing this, all right, cool, what role are you playing? You know what I'm saying? It's to make sure that, all right, cool, when I'm doing this, y'all doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
infield and outfield. All right, cool. Exactly. You playing the outfield, cool, you know?
Because I know one day, it may or may not happen. The roles could switch, 100%. And I'm gonna humble myself, and I just know, like I don't know, like I don't. Again, maybe it's the morals and principle things, which it is exactly that I grew up with, where it's like, but this shit ain't about nothing, bro. This face ain't about nothing. This money ain't about nothing. This stuff can come and go at any given moment. But relationships are worth way more. You know what I'm saying? So again, I can know any day, any given day, any given moment, these worlds could switch. Brother and I may be in the same position right here, boom. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna have to be in study mode. You know what I'm saying? Making sure the back end set up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. And they know that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just blessed to have them right people around me where it's like they thinking the same exact way I'm thinking. You know?
I love that. I love that. You know, and like I said, it always makes sense, bro. When a person is in a certain position and moving in a certain way, you have to have certain ingredients. There's no accident about that shit, unless you just completely bullshit and faking the shit, which you can't fake. You can't fake real too. You know what I'm saying? Tell a motherfucker that know better. Just like if you from both worlds, can't nobody run no tricks on you.
Exactly.
You said,
exactly.
Like, man, somebody ever brought some shit to you, be like, man, hell nah, this ain't this shit fool. This shit,
multiple times. You know multiple times.
Like,
multiple times.
How you know? Come on, man. Like, look
multiple
at it.
Times,
you know what I'm saying?
Multiple times. Sometimes I'll be getting mad at my homies sometimes. I'm like, bro, come on, bro.
That's the beauty about it. That's the beauty about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you got that video, you got that eye. So that's wisdom at this point.
Yeah, discernment. Yeah.
That's wisdom. Yeah, discernment. Yeah. So it's like now, you know, you're a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So, all right. So what's something you want to leave as far as to the people? What's up next on your agenda? I know it's first quarter. It's January going up to February. What's going on right now?
Man, a lot going on, man. We done did so much in 2025, and I'm including you into this. I'm including bro into this. We done all did so much in 2025, and like we spoke on in the beginning of this podcast, I'm talking about Chicago. That's what I'm gonna say first. Chicago is gonna be the landmark. Chicago is gonna be the spot where the millionaires come. Chicago is it's gonna be that. You know, the Bears winning, so y'all know. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody,
you feel me? I'm telling y'all right now. Like you say, ain't no getting ready. You better be ready right now. It's already taking off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all at least got an arm on to this train because we taking off. You feel me? That's first and foremost. So a lot of events coming. Man, it's an event on January 24th. I don't know when it's gonna drop. You know, with Tesla and stuff like that. You know, we speaking with real estate, financial literacy, networking. But February, Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do something. You know, it's a lot of events coming up. So you know, just pay attention to that, man. Just follow me on Instagram at Justo The CEO. Everything dropping this year. I'm dropping, you know, my collection again. I took a year break from my clothing brand Ova East, but I'm dropping that as well. You know, this collection I'm looking for, you know, second quarter, you know, mid-second quarter going into the summer to the spring. I mean, the spring into the summer. So, you know, follow my Instagram at 0VAEAST. But, man, just stay tuned, man. Like, a lot coming. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
A lot with scaling, a lot with, man, the city most importantly, because this not a me thing, this a we thing. So
Yeah.
whatever I'm doing, we all doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's what's really coming into, and I just can't wait to see, because, man, God done did so much in 2025. Like, it's just amazing to see what he gonna do in 2026. I can't even fathom it, man, for real.
All right. So when you hear the phrase "owe nothing, demand everything," what you think? What comes in your mind with that?
I think that's us as a people. That's our culture. Um, we need everything. It's already ours. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you demand something, you already know it's yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me that back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've seen that meme, but it'd be like, you'll let somebody borrow your charger, and then you need your charger because your phone finna die, whatever. They'd be like, what percent your phone on? Nigga, give me my charger back. You know what I'm saying?
My phone.
Like, why you act? This my charger. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I feel like that, man. Like, we coming back for everything. We coming back for the land. We coming back for the finances. We coming back for the power. You know, for the authority, for the real estate, all of it, man. We coming back. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't giving nothing up. Everything that we done built, like you say, like you went through your own thing with the business and getting it from the mud. We don't owe nothing. We been paid our dues.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? We don't owe nothing, and everything is ours, and we coming back for it. Especially, we coming back for everything. Everything. I'm not just gonna say fine. Everything.
Next is us, y'all. Next is us. Chicago
Sure.
Nexus Club. You know, that's one of our primary focuses. You know, right now, outside of like I say, this is the Owe Nothing Demand Everything platform. You know, I built this shit for us. You know what I'm saying? Everything is for us. It's a we thing. You know what I'm saying? I can care less about this shit if it's not for us. You see what I mean? So I just want us to take full advantage of the stage, and we're gonna keep multiplying, creating more stages for us to be able to build on.
That's
You
love.
know what I'm saying? And bringing all this shit together like Voltron, and show Chicago Negroes how to do this shit.
Man, for real.
You know,
For real.
you don't gotta cut each other. You don't gotta cut each other out. Some of y'all niggas be playing bad games of spades. Nigga, this is chess, not checkers. Quit cutting your mans out, man.
Man, y'all can go farther and grow bigger together, bro. I don't be getting it, but like you say, man, we changing the narrative to show y'all how much we could do together, unity, man, like together. We got so much in store, bro, and we, again, man, 2025 was just a taste. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't know if it's cause, you know, like you said, the youth, you know, doing it. Like, now you got, you know, people like me backing you up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And we got you leading us. You know what I'm saying? Guiding us, man. It's powerful. It's gonna be amazing, bro.
It's crazy, and that's exactly what that's what's we're looking at the results of that exact science. You know what I'm saying? It's like I believe the youth have the light, right? Got the brightest light.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? All right, then you go back and you leverage, you know, those that's done shit before you, that still have the wisdom, still ready to fight.
Yeah.
Got, you know, it's a lot of niggas sitting on shit like that they can't do nothing with because, you know, no support, no light, no, they got to go through all the bullshit.
Yeah.
But you got some OGs that's sitting on some shit. You know what I'm saying? That could put a battery in your back type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but you got to know how to bring that shit together type shit to make that shit make sense.
Nah, facts.
You know? So shout out to the OGs. I'm a young OG right now, so I ain't gonna claim the OG, but you know, but shout out to the OGs, and for all my OGs, you know, we gonna do what we supposed to do, you know, while y'all here, and we gonna show, you know, the young OGs and the youth, you know, how to demonstrate.
Facts.
You know.